Our fellow Pinkos and comrades, welcome to Malt Liquor Socialists. I'm your host, Mr. Kiefer, and in this episode, I'm joined by a man who I'm going to be playing the manly sport of pickleball with later today. Mr. Morgan?
God, I really hope I don't have a heart attack.
Don't worry. You'll before you have the heart attack, your lungs will kind of get that weird weighty feeling where they feel like they're slow and like breathing in a liquid rather than gaseous air. But they burn at the same time. It's a wonderful feeling.
Here's the thing, though. Maybe people don't know this, but there is a forest fire going on. Are we going to be breathing in 3 trees an hour? Are we going to be breathing in a whole forest?
That is a good question.
Yes.
And it depends. What is the average airspeed? Which way is it blowing? Are we talking about the Evans Creek fire? Are there more than Evans Creek fire?
No, let's just call it our local wildfire.
Okay, so our local wildfire. It just depends on which direction the wind is blowing when we get out and play. I mean, sure. We might be out there and it's like, wow, I didn't realize Grants Pass was 1958 LA.
God.
We might get out there and it's like, this is pristine.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
I find it, it's not funny, but I do find it a little heartwarming that the people on the East Coast are dealing with wildfire smoke as well.
Oh, from Canada?
From Canada. And they really haven't, I don't think they've dealt with it as much as we have, but it just warms my heart to be like, God, you guys are dealing with what we deal with every fucking year.
Well, there's a lot more moisture over there. So the fires, I think, don't quite, get as nasty when they do happen.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of fires,
what are we doing?
So in this week's episode, we're going to be covering the Evans Creek fire.
Oh, God damn it.
We're going to be going over what started it.
Okay.
How it's going.
Oh, great.
And what we need to know and observe now that it's fire season.
Yeah.
So we're going to be going over some various news coverage from July 11th through July 16th.
Okay.
There have been some updates since I prepped this, and I'll give you a hint.
Yeah.
It's just more acreage that's being consumed by the fire.
Okay. Yeah.
The last I heard, which was yesterday, the containment was still about 5%. Yeah.
I mean, I'm no firefighter. I don't know one thing about wildland firefighting, but that seems kind of weak.
Well, there's reasons why.
Okay.
And look, I have never myself been a firefighter. I have worked on fire crews.
Okay.
I have. It largely is supply and stuff.
Matt, thank you. We've been tracking the Evans Creek Road fire since it broke out early this afternoon. Newswatch 12's Robert Alietti joins us live from the scene now. Robert, you've been there for a couple hours now. What can you tell us about this fire right now?
Great, yeah, thank you. I've been running around trying to get as best a look I can at this fire, and let me just tell you, there's been a consistent smoke plume coming up, and that's what I've really been watching. And now I'm joined by ODF's Samantha Cadera. Sam, what can you tell us as of right now about this fire?
Yeah, so this fire is mapping out around 75 to 100 acres, and
this was when it just started.
Yep. This is literally like
and
the
Sam,
day
talk to me. What can you tell us
after.
about the firefighting efforts that are happening as we speak?
Yeah, we're all hands on deck. We have multiple partnering agencies along helping us just really fight this fire and make good progress. We are dealing with really hot temperatures and just low humidity as they continue to fight this fire.
Awesome. Sam, thank you. We're going to continue to get as much information on this fire as we can and continue to keep you updated. Reporting live, I'm Robert Alietti.
Okay. So that was when it was just at like a little under 100 acres.
Yeah, it had just started. And I think they're going to bring up at some point. I know in the various coverage, it's going to be brought up what caused the fire.
Okay.
Spoilers.
Yes.
Somebody crashed into a power pole and downed it in the line, sparks of vegetation. Yay.
So here's, I've been talking to a lot of friends and relations about this. What I don't understand, and maybe they'll get into it, is if a car crashed into a power pole, obviously you have first responders that show up. why wasn't this knocked down as it started?
So
do we know?
I'm not sure exactly. It's a great question.
Yeah.
I do not know the exact answer to that. Now, I think what probably happened is this is not like a car crash that happened on some main road.
Right.
This was a car crash that happened on a road that's kind of in the, backwoods, bumfuck nowhere. And what I think happened was it took a while for the responders to get there because it was kind of, again, the middle of bumfuck nowhere.
Okay.
And by the time that they got there, it's like, cool, this is a little bit out of control.
Okay.
Also, part of this is one of the reasons why this has been such a pain in the ass. The location of the fire is a difficult place to actually fight the fire. You've got a lot of really rough terrain.
Okay.
You don't have a lot of ability to drive main firefighting vehicles up there.
Yeah.
And it's an exceptionally dry season. Hooray.
Hooray.
Yay. Yeah. And it's also been really fucking windy.
Yeah. Yeah,
so,
it has.
Yeah, they've been actually having problems with like spot fires like coming up from like, oh, the embers are carrying over and across the fuck.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Okay. I was thinking, I mean, I know where like Evans Valley and, Evans Creek is and everything. I thought it was closer to like Sam's Valley where the terrain kind of like flattens out.
Nope.
Okay. That makes a little bit more sense to me now.
So that first video was from an ABC affiliate, KRDV. It was from July 11th.
Okay.
I think technically, I forget, either the fire started late July 10th or it did start literally earlier that day on the 11th. I don't quite recall which. So next is going to be an NBC affiliate, KOBI.
Okay.
Also from the 11th.
For the first time this year, Governor Kotek and the Oregon Department of Forestry are pulling out all the stops to battle a major wildfire. This one in southern Oregon's Jackson County, about 26 miles northeast of Medford. It's called the East Evans Creek Fire. Last night, Kotek invoked the Emergency Conflagration Act, and ODF ordered a complex incident management team for the blaze, both firsts of this fire season. It started Friday afternoon after a car crashed into a power pole, sending the power line to the ground and lighting vegetation on fire. As of this morning, it's grown to about 2,000 acres, and there are level 3 go now evacuation orders in place. So more than 400 personnel are fighting the fire, including aerial support.
Literally just a little bit later that day, and it went from a few hundred acres to about 2,000.
Jesus God.
Again, this is like...
Yeah. Yeah. The other thing that I was thinking about is how and now we're starting to get more into policy and everything, is how like a lot of people in our area are like, oh, well, we should build roads like into all these places. We just need to build roads. We need like ways to get in there. And this right here to me, how this started is a perfect example of no, we don't need roads.
So
because people are going to go in there, they're going to crash and they're going to cause fires.
Well, so keep in mind, this was not like, oh, I crashed into a tree and I started a fire.
Right.
This was a crash into a power pole.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I can see the I can see the logic behind having more roads, not just so that, okay, well, if we have more roads, it's easier to get back there. Also, roads can, when it's not so insanely dry and embers carry so far, they can make a good natural fire break. They can. I think what we need is more roads to an extent, not a lot more roads, but more than that, we need less above ground power poles.
I'll agree with that second part. I don't understand. Like there's some things I get what you're saying about, roads can cause a fire break. They can help people get in there. Okay, sure. My concern is that before the fire even starts, assholes are going to go up there and do whatever they do and everything.
Yes, that is true.
So, I mean, yes, I guess there's pros and cons, but, my whole thing is like, well, I mean, this just shows me like, well, yeah, there was a road there. They crashed into a power pole. The power pole set off a fire, which, again, maybe we shouldn't have so many above ground power systems.
Yeah.
I don't know. But it just seems to this observer that argument is kind of moot.
Look, fires do happen naturally.
Sure.
That happens.
Right.
Fires are also man-made, like this one.
Yeah.
And also, assholes driving out the middle of bumfuck nowhere, like you're saying, to be assholes.
Yeah.
And that's definitely one of the downsides to having more roads for this is that, you're giving assholes more access to this.
Right.
And so there's some kind of a balance.
Yeah.
And I don't know which side we're too far on.
Yeah. And and the other thing, and maybe we can discuss this later, but I do think we need to pay people to go in and clear out brush in national forest areas. I understand this wasn't like a national forest area, like whatever, but still, we should have and you were on, what was it? The Youth Corps,
California Conservation
Conservation Corps. I think we should have more of that, where people go in and brushwork and just clear some stuff out and like pay people to do that. I don't understand why there isn't more of that.
No, you're pretty much, I've been making this argument for years, and I will continue to make this argument until the day I fucking die.
Okay.
There is no reason, none whatsoever, why we can't have, let's say, seasonal firefighters.
Yeah.
You have seasonal firefighters, summer season, busy as all get out. They are just, it's work. There's a fire pretty much overlapping every week that you need to respond to. And they can make bank doing that. They absolutely can.
Sure.
But in the off season, they tend to be broke as shit because they don't have anything else to do.
Right.
And something that I think could be a great thing for them to do is, hey, let's hire them to, do this brush work.
Yeah.
Do this stuff where it's going to be preventative so that we're not going to have as many fires. We won't have as bad of fires.
Right.
And I think that would be a great way for like, hey, look, you're not going to be making as much money in the summer. Because a lot of their pay in the summer is overtime.
Yeah.
But you're not going to be making as much money in the summer. Okay, fine. But we're going to balance that out. You're going to have a more steady paycheck throughout the rest of the year. And it's something where, you do that. Trust me, you cannot do that, for too terribly long. If you get into your 30s and 40s and you're still doing it, you're either a machine or you are on some kind of opiate because you're working through pain,
or you're like the overseer or something.
Yeah. You definitely get those people.
Yeah,
but that's definitely a kind of a job that I think would be beneficial. And you know why it's not going to happen? Because it's not reactive; it's proactive.
Oh yeah, that's right. We're very reactive here, aren't we?
Okay, so the third video, and again, we've got a few videos, but the third video is from Fox 26.
Okay.
The Fox affiliate with an original title.
Oh.
Yeah. This one's from July 14th. I could not find anything from July 12th or 13th, so it's been a couple days. Let's see how this
so it's been a couple days, so the fire is now up to 6,000 acres.
Oh, or it's solved. Let's see.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, let's find out.
Crews are continuing to strengthen fire lines
Jesus
on the
Christ.
Evans Creek fire amid
God.
unseasonably dry wildland fuels and critical fire weather. Thank you for choosing Fox 26 First News at 10. I'm Andrea Boyd. The fire started at 2:41 Friday afternoon after a car crashed into a power pole, sparking dry vegetation in the area 7 miles west of Shady Cove. Now, the Jackson County Sheriff's Office has now increased zone JAC 124 from level 2
That's
be
widened
set
in the last
to a
couple
level
days.
3 go now. This comes following increased fire activity and the complexity of the fire.
Just going to reuse that footage.
3,628
That's great footage, though.
It is.
5%
The
contained.
plane
Fire
going
stretches
over
from
the hill
road
there.
up through
God.
ridge lines and steep terrain, Wind is a factor in the challenging terrain as it will naturally push fire over certain features.
Well, naturally.
ODF says it was a large contributing factor to how fast the fire grew on Friday. And in fire activity yesterday, there is currently a line around a majority of the fire, either direct or indirect, and firefighters are working to both strengthen and connect the lines. Crews are closely monitoring incoming weather conditions that may influence fire behavior.
Hot and dry, hot and dry, hot and dry.
We saw a lot of active fire behavior in the afternoon. All of that activity was happening on the northwestern, northern side, where some of those indirect lines were a little bit further out. That fire actually just consumed that inside pocket and actually burned right up to those lines, which was a really good test of the work we've been doing, and we've been able to hold it there.
Moving forward, firefighters' focus is strengthening and connecting the fire lines. The Oregon State Fire Marshal has task forces on the southern portion of the fire near homes, securing perimeters with the
that is
potential
really
for
good footage.
thunderstorms
God,
this week.
I know.
ODF is also now preparing for potential flare-ups or increased fire activity.
Okay, so before we move on, I want to say there's a reason why there's not a song called Fuck the Fire Department.
Yeah.
Because, my God, I'm just going to give a shout out to those, pilots out there that are, it looks like they are literally 15 feet above the trees in a goddamn 707 dropping fire retardant. That is incredible.
Okay, so they're not like literally only 15 feet. I mean, they're still a ways above, but no, that angle, that's awesome.
That was an awesome angle. I mean, yes. Did they reuse the footage 4 times? Of course they did. Could I watch that footage 40 times in a row? Abso-fucking-lutely.
Well, yeah, no, it's great footage. Now, again, we've had growth from when it first started, a couple hundred acres, or about 100 or so acres, to later that day, about 2,000. At this point, it's at about 3,000 something is what they were reporting on the 14th. Yeah. Now, we're going to take a little break from video. We still got some more to go over. But now we're going to go over one of the Daily Courier articles. This is from July 15th.
Okay.
I did record audio for this.
Oh, did you now?
I chose a different voice modulator, so it's not going to be me on helium.
Okay.
I do apologize if it's annoying.
All right.
East Evans Creek fire reaches 7,843 acres. You're giving me this look.
What the fuck? Okay.
I tried to find something where it sounded different a little bit from me so that it's, if I have to comment during this, people go, oh, that's the jackass not reading it. So I'm trying to find compromises for AI.
All right, everybody, let's power through this.
Yeah, don't worry. There's going to be 3 articles like this total.
Okay, come on, go.
Firefighters preparing for possible direction shift towards Shady Cove by Chrissy Edwald of the Daily Courier. Adding a D in her name. I don't know why. The East Evans Creek fire burning west of Shady Cove grew to 7,843 acres by this morning. So between the 14th and the 15th,
yes,
it's more than doubled.
Fuck, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Driven by winds and hot, dry weather. Like my voice. According to a map uploaded to the National Integrity Fire Center, several spot fires northeast of the main fire area had grown in size. The total fire size was reported at 5,370 acres Tuesday, showing growth of about 2,473 acres from Tuesday to this morning. The Oregon Department of Forestry said forecasted thunderstorms on Tuesday stayed away to the south and east of the fire, but predicted monsoon-like moisture also stayed away, which meant brush and other fuels in the area stayed very dry.
Yeah, they sure did.
ODF said dry fuels means any new fire starts could grow quickly. In a video update this morning, Kyle Gibbons of the Oregon Department of Forestry said the fire was active on Tuesday, especially in the afternoon. Gibbons said the fire had grown beyond containment lines in a few places on its southwestern side, above Evans Creek.
Well, that's not what you want to hear.
We had a line in place, and we still have the fire within some of the lines, but there's quite a bit of work to do to kind of tie it back, Gibbons said. The fire started Friday afternoon after a vehicle crashed into a power pole, sparking dry vegetation in the area. To date, there have been no reports of structures or lives lost.
Okay.
Gibbons said firefighters on the northwestern side of the fire performed tactical firing, meaning they carefully burn fuels around the fire line so stray embers are less likely to land on fuel and start a spot fire.
Okay.
Gibbons said firefighters are working on spot fires northeast of the main fire area in the Board Mountains area. There's more to this article.
Oh.
Hey, just before we continue, sir.
Yeah.
Bueller. Firefighters on the east side of the fire along East Evans Creek are continuing to hold fire lines where they are, Gibbons said. Mark Corliss of the Oregon State Fire Marshal's Office said structural firefighters are working to protect homes on the southwestern side of the fire, and the area on the southeastern side are well protected.
Southeastern.
On the northeastern side of the fire, structural and wildland fire teams are working well together to protect homes, he said. Corliss said structural firefighting teams will be in the western outskirts of Shady Cove today.
Where they're still
We're just sending them in there strategically to kind of look at the structures that may be impacted by the fire if it does keep moving to the east, he said. We're just going to look at the houses, what we can do to best prepare them if the fire does impact the community. The Oregon Department of Forestry Complex Incident Management Team 1 and the Oregon State Fire Marshal Blue Team are holding an informal meeting tonight about the East Evans Creek fire. The meeting will also be streamed online at the ODF Southwest Oregon Facebook page, and it will be posted to YouTube afterward. I skipped a paragraph. The Jackson County Sheriff's Office
You didn't have to point that out.
Levels Tuesday.
Now everybody knows.
As of this morning, the only zone with a level 3 go now evacuation notice is 22705 to 24100 East Evans Creek Road, where the spot fires are burning. A level 2 be set notice was placed in a wider perimeter around the fire, with level 1 be ready notices further out. For current information on evacuation levels or to find your evacuation zone, visit tinyurl.com/East Evans Creek Fire Evac Map. Traffic is closed to the public on East Evans Creek
I would
Road
fucking
at
hope so.
Meadows Road. Avoid the fire area and allow firefighters and heavy equipment to operate safely. The thing is, there are people who would still try to go up there. Shelter for residents and domestic pets is at Hanby Middle School, 806 6th Avenue, Gold Hill. Horses can be taken to the Jackson County Expo at 21 Penninger Road, Central Point. Expo staff and volunteers are prepared to receive horses. However, please call 541-776-7206 first to confirm space is available, as additional shelter locations may be activated. Owners should bring feed, water containers, and any necessary medications when possible. Josephine County Fairgrounds can take pigs, goats, and smaller animals at 1451 Fairgrounds Road, Grants Pass. For livestock sheltering assistance, call 541-776-7206. In a 5-mile radius around the fire, a Federal Aviation Administration temporary flight restriction for aircraft not fighting the fire
drones
is in place 24 hours a day.
Get your fucking drones out of here.
Yeah. Flying a drone near or around a wildfire is illegal and compromises the safety of both pilots and firefighters and interferes with firefighting efforts, ODF said. Yeah, no, you know that there are people who are like, dude, there's a fire. I gotta get video of that with my drone.
I think I don't know. I don't know if I'm making this up or if I'm dreaming, but I want to say a couple years ago or last year, whatever the Palisades fire was down in LA, I want to say there's a video of a firefighting plane that they there was a drone hovering in the air and they just barely missed it or something. But I mean, yeah, like there's people that will do that. And then they had to be like, well, we can't fly because there's a fucking drone in the air. And so, there goes your water and retardant drops, I guess. Yeah. And it's like, oh, thanks, guys. I really hope you got a good picture of the fire.
Yeah. Hope your property's in the line.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, stuff like that is absolutely crazy. Okay. The next few things are going to be from the 15th.
Okay.
We've got 4 videos from the 15th.
Okay.
The first one is going to be again from KRVD.
Okay.
Fire officials are working to keep communities prepared for any possible scenario. Tonight, officials are holding a community meeting in Shady Cove. News Watch 12's Robert Alietti joins us live from Shady Cove, where that meeting is in just over an hour.
No.
Robert, what can residents
expect? He's got his official News Watch 12 shirt on now.
Yeah, Grace, thank you. Now, first and foremost, let me just tell you that as I was driving out here to Shady Cove, I watched smoke get thicker and thicker, and now there's ash falling from the sky right now. And residents should expect in this meeting to understand what ODF and the Oregon State Fire Marshal is looking at in terms of keeping these communities and structures safe. I'm sure they will be here helping residents prepare and get a better understanding of what to expect here in Shady Cove as the firefight continues.
Okay.
An increase of folks going into Shady Cove, just on the outskirts of Shady Cove there on the west side. And we're just sending them in there strategically to kind of look at the structures that may be impacted by fire if it does keep moving to the east.
As the fire continues to burn and move toward communities, ODF says that they're preparing for any challenges they might face.
With these weather conditions we're seeing, we have a lot of challenges in our future, and we're trying to be as prepared as possible for them. Part of that looks like bringing in additional resources.
And agencies are working together to ensure that they're tackling every aspect of this fire as well as they can.
Each agency has their specialty of what they do, and coming together, we can really divide and conquer and be stronger in our presence and in our outcomes as well.
Now, as always, we're going to continue to track this fire as well as this meeting here in Shady Cove and keep you updated as we learn the latest information. Now, for more information, be sure to head down to our website at kdrv.com. And in the meantime, it's important to know, again, that the evacuation center that was previously at Hanby Middle School has now moved to Eagle Point Middle School. And so anybody in need of these resources should now head to Eagle Point Middle School to take advantage of that evacuation center. We'll continue, again, to keep you updated as we learn more information regarding the East Evans Creek fire, as well as this meeting here in Shady Cove. Reporting live, I'm Robert Alietti.
Okay. So just a heads up, I did try to put these in chronological order.
Okay.
Because they didn't all post at the same time.
Yeah.
A lot of the stuff is going to be redundant.
Okay.
But mainly I'm trying to paint a picture of how this has developed so far. So the next up is going to be from KOBI a little bit later in the day.
Okay.
The Oregon Department of Forestry is using different types of technology to better enhance its response to wildfires this year. Good evening and thank you for
familiar footage.
NBC 5 News at 6. I'm Andrea Boyd. We'll get to firefighters' new tech in a moment, but first, the latest on the East Evans Creek fire. That's a top story. Tonight at 6, the East Evans Creek fire increased almost 2,500 acres today since yesterday.
As firefighters continue
7,843.2 acres. Containment still 5%.
East Evans Creek fire is currently 7,843 acres, up from just under 5,400 yesterday, and is now 5% contained. Crews are facing erratic winds,
it's not now,
high
it's
temperatures,
still.
and difficult terrain as they continue to push forward on building lines and holding the fire to its current size. Northeast of the fire, 3 spot fires ignited. One of the larger spot fires, currently around 1,000 acres. ODF tells us that
I could watch that footage 40 times. I don't care.
Relative humidity isn't getting
It's fucking
as
rad.
high at night. They're seeing active fire behavior overnight during times that would usually be spent getting ahead.
Night with those recoveries, we typically have that opportunity to be able to really dig in and get that work done and make lines where the fire intensity is just a lot lower. We haven't seen that lower fire intensity. We're continuing to just hold on to it and make progress where we can, but not nearly as quickly as we would if we weren't seeing that active fire behavior 24 hours a day.
Weber says the fire is most active along the northern edge in steep terrain and dry vegetation. There is a community meeting tonight at 6:30 in the Shady Cove School Gym at 100 Cleveland Street, answering community questions and talking about the fire and evacuation status. It will also be live streamed at the Oregon Department of Forestry Southwest District Facebook page.
Spiffy.
Okay.
All right. Next up is Fox 26.
Okay.
From, again, a little later that day.
A little later that day.
These Evans Creek fires now estimated at 5,370 acres, and it's been another tough day for those
went down,
on the fire
apparently.
line. Thank you for choosing Fox 26.
I don't think it did.
I'm Andrea
No.
Boyd. Will firefighters to set up shop at a
Maybe I
camp
got the
near
video
Sims
timing
Valley
screwed
as they
up,
continue to
but not
battle
that much.
the
It's the same
East
day, I
Evans
know.
Creek
Yeah.
fire. Ripley Parati has a
Well,
top
and it-
story tonight.
Exploded.
The East Evans
So,
Creek fire
yeah.
continues. Firefighters are relying on this
I lo-
camp.
Okay.
yes, go.
This is Fox 26.
But that's NBC.
Exactly. Her mic says NBC. Okay. So
For rest, preparation, and resources. The sprawling
I
40-acre
love
camp
small
was set
town
up
news
in just 48
organizations.
hours
God.
last weekend. It provides firefighters with a full-service kitchen, showers, bathrooms, laundry, first aid,
Oh, that's good.
and space
never
to
had a
camp
laundry
and get
before
some
one of
rest
those.
after
But
a long
other
shift.
stuff, yeah.
Huh.
Natalie Weber with the Oregon Department of Forestry says the camp plays an essential role in supporting firefighters.
Being able to come into camp, have a meal, have a shower, get your laundry done, you know, even just wash your hands makes a big difference when you've been out in the sun all day for our firefighters.
That's actually true, yeah.
So our
Yeah.
logistics
No,
folks work really hard to make sure that they have what they need to just have a little creature comfort when they're here working so hard every single day.
The camp currently houses 1,280 people from multiple agencies,
Yep.
including the Oregon Department of Forestry and the
Mul-
Oregon State
mobile
Fire Marshal
bunkhouses.
Service.
That's also a fairly
Dave
newish
Thompson,
thing, I think.
Logistics Section Chief for the Oregon Department of Forestry, says they expect the camp will grow further before their work
Yeah,
is
no
done.
shit.
We're expecting to grow about to 1,800, maybe even up to 2,000. But with a field this size, we have room to grow. And when we did our initial scope of the area, we thought we like this site because we have the room to grow. And so that's how we built the camp, with room to grow.
Additional resources arrived on Tuesday to help firefighters bolster containment lines and create new ones after recent growth. This is Ripley Parati reporting.
American
from Fire
flag.
Camp.
Yes.
Yeah.
Again, there's a reason why there isn't a song called Fuck the Fire Department. And I think, yeah, man, there's nothing wrong with giving these guys, food, laundry, fucking give them whatever they want, man.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
So I just want to point out something that I think is funny. Not like funny, hilarious, but funny, like a little bit odd, a little bit funny.
Okay.
So when I was working fire camps, again, this would be 2008, 2009, in that ballpark range.
Okay.
Again, during those summers.
Okay.
So what we found out working California Conservation Corps, because California Conservation Corps, it's not a youth corps, but they have a cutoff of like, hey, once you're like 24, it's like 18 through 24.
Okay.
I managed to sneak in because I joined when I was 24 and aged into 25. I'm like, yeah, fine, fuck it, we'll keep you.
Okay.
I don't think they kick you out; they just won't hire you. But so one of the things we found out when you go to these fire camps, some of them very often were put up in like, it's like you have a tent.
Yeah.
Whoop-de-doo.
Okay.
That's fine. But some of them you're put up in a hotel, or at least if there's a transition, they put you up in a hotel.
Okay.
And it was really fucking weird because we got put up in a Red Lion Inn.
Okay.
Like a good, nice hotel.
Yeah, yeah.
And we're like wondering, this is state firefighting.
Yeah.
Why are we put up in such a nice fucking hotel? And it's our crew from Wairika, and there's a couple other crews there working, you know, like supplying stuff from California Conservation Corps among all these hundreds of firefighters.
Yeah.
And before we get into the Red Lion Inn, it becomes fairly, not like obviously apparent. Somebody explained it to us a little bit later. It's like, wait a minute. I wonder. All of our crews, there's like 2 or 3 of us, get circled around the crew leaders and the supervisors, and they go, okay, look, here's the deal. Don't fuck this up. No, seriously, don't fuck this up.
Yeah.
Don't be an ass. Don't harass the staff. Don't trash your rooms. Do not fuck this up.
Yeah.
And everybody's there's like, okay.
Yeah, right.
Why is this a concern?
Yeah.
So the reason it's a concern, and the reason why the state of California and all these, they were putting us up in the Red Lion Inn instead of like a Motel 6 or a Super 8.
Sure.
So they've had issues with wildland firefighters in the past being put up in these hotels, either as, hey, look, maybe you don't have a tent, so we'll put you up in this, or, you know, we're transitioning.
All right.
And it turns out these guys act a little bit sometimes like fucking rock stars.
Oh, God.
And they trash the fucking room.
Jesus.
And so corporate of those places said, no, fuck you. We're not hosting you again. I don't care if the world's burning. Fuck off.
Wow.
And so because of this, there are only a few hotel chains that will occasionally do that. And they tend to be the more expensive ones. And me and a couple of other people in the crew, upon like getting the details of this, were like, okay, I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth.
Sure.
I work a minimum wage job, and I'm getting to stay here. But on the other hand, like looking at this from just a purely economic point of view, why not instead just go, hey, look, it costs us this much to put you per night in a Red Lion hotel. Instead, I'm going to give you $200, or I'm going to buy you just a basic fucking backpacking tent, sleeping pad, and sleeping bag. Get the fuck out. You've burned your bridge. Get the fuck out. I mean, I thought that would have been like, it's if they're, look, I get it. You're doing a good job. It's an important job. But if you're going to be an asshole, deal with the consequences.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I guess there's, you know, bad apples in every group, no matter who that group is, even if you're a group of firefighters, you know.
Yeah. And that's also, that's not fuck the firefighters. That's just like,
no. And still there is kind of a part of me that's kind of like, you know, let them, you know, let them unwind, whatever. You know, they're out there battling 50-foot walls of flame.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like, it's okay if they want to feel like a rock star for a night.
Yeah, just don't trash the room.
Yeah, sure. You know, don't trash the room. But, you know, if you want to act like hot shit, you know, down at the breakfast line in the hotel, like, all right, I'll give you that.
Yeah. Now, granted, I don't think it was acting like hot shit in the breakfast line.
Sure.
I think guys were like, dude, I've been working for 18 days straight. I get to have 2 days off while other people continue to fight this to recoup. I'm going on a fucking bender, man. And then next thing you know, the room looks like a bunch of violent teenagers were in there with no regard. Yeah. So, okay. We've got one more video.
Okay.
This is going to be our longest video.
Oh, I love how you saved the longest ones for last.
It's also the last video, like in chronological order. This one is the ABC, KD, whatever, I forget.
KDRV?
Yes. And the video itself is going to be about 10 minutes long.
Okay.
Live, local.
Oh my God. You even got this?
Is Newswatch 12
Come on.
What did
200 acres. Within 3 hours, we had nearly 1,000 acres.
Okay. That gym has a rock wall in the back. It's a bouldering wall, but they still have one. That's
in
awesome.
that 3 hour window.
Good God.
Multiple new evacuations have been issued tonight as firefighters have been responding to increased fire activity.
They love that
across
footage
all
as much
of the
as
East
I
Evans
fucking
Creek
do.
Fire with new spot fires.
So hold, I'm going to pause for a second.
Okay.
I know it is almost certainly the right fire, but I would laugh my ass off if that wasn't even of the Evans Creek Fire. It's just stock footage. Okay.
God, love it though.
Crews with one of those spot fires being around 1,000 acres. Thanks for staying up with us for Newswatch 12 at 11. I'm Grace Ritz. We will talk more about the firefighting effort into tonight and get an update on the community meeting that took place hours ago. But first, let's turn to Chief Meteorologist Matt Hoffman. Matt, what is the latest on these East Evans Creek evacuations?
Yeah, Grace, we've had 4 zones added to level 3 go now evacuations.
I think this was pretty late in the evening. This might have been like 10:30, 11 or so.
JAC 149B, JAC 109, and JAC 127A. And the zone JAC 127A, that was done just about an hour ago, and that does include parts of the community of Tiller. So we are concerned about these areas. The zone JAC 149B, that is near the north end of Long Branch Road, and then JAC 126 is near the community of West Fork Trail Creek and Cabin Creek. You can get a much closer look at this map on KDRV.com. Zooming in again, some of the area of Round Trail included in that level 3 go now evacuation. You must leave immediately. Also Shady Cove under level 1 evacuations. Be ready just off to the north and west. Some new level 2 be set evacuations. So again, head to KDRV.com. You can also find your zone there as well. Level 1 means be ready. Level 2 means be set, ready to leave at a moment's notice. And level 3 is go now. And taking a look, we're having another very active night of fire. Also a new spot fire further to the east. And that has been a problem with the weather conditions. We've seen explosive growth again today. Pyrocumulus clouds forming earlier. Thanks to Carol for sending this in earlier this evening. And then look at tonight from near King Mountain, seeing the flames of the East Evans Creek fire. We are seeing at least conditions improving a little bit, starting to get some lighter winds, and humidity is coming up. But crews definitely have a tough night ahead of them. And we'll have more details on where the smoke from this fire is going coming up.
And on to the latest update on the East Evans Creek fire. Crews have called in more resources to help fight the challenging spot fires that have popped up over the last few days. Right now, the fire is at 7,843 acres with still just 5% containment. The Board Mountain spot fire is now estimated at about 1,000 acres, with crews holding containment lines to the north and working to limit further spread. A new spot fire was detected east of Board Mountain this afternoon, and resources are also engaged on spot fires in the northeastern portion of the incident. 2 additional structural task forces arrived to support home protection as winds are expected to increase. The evacuation shelter that was previously at Hanby Middle School has now moved to Eagle Point Middle School. An Oregon Department of Forestry, Oregon State Fire Marshal, the Jackson County Sheriff's Office, and many other agencies spoke to a packed community meeting earlier this evening discussing the East Evans Creek fire. Agencies explained how the incident management team is operating, the challenges crews are facing, the different roles of the firefighting teams, and the current fire conditions, saying that they're putting everything they can on this fire.
Whatever we can throw at it, we are throwing at it, but it's just the challenge. It's not always going the same direction in spots, and then it's unpredictable.
Fire agencies are urging everyone to be prepared, follow emergency alerts, and keep a close eye on the fire as conditions and fire danger can change at any moment. And with everything covered in tonight's meeting, residents are preparing their homes and themselves in case of evacuations. Newswatch 12's Robert Alietti was at tonight's meeting and got a chance to speak with residents both before and after the meeting. Robert, what can you tell us about those residents?
God. Why?
Yeah, Grace, thank you. You know, I got the chance to speak to residents before and after the meeting. And of course, I was in the meeting, and there's real concern for these communities
Yeah.
out near this fire.
Yeah.
And people are doing everything they can to stay prepared and ready to go if and when those evacuation notices come.
To start getting by the ridge line, I thought, I better get a soaker hose up on the roof and start getting my cars ready to move and to get all the important papers rounded up and clothes and meds and on and on and on.
Dan told me that he still had about 15 classic cars he was looking to move to safety after he finished preparing his home.
Jesus!
And he said that he's seen fires like this and thinks that the winds are going to be an issue.
You get winds in the morning, you get winds in the evening, and you get those spiraling winds through the canyons, and that's serious.
Other residents said that they're paying close attention to evacuations as they have seen big fires before and know how serious these notices are.
Well, we just got notified we're in level 1, so we need to be ready. And like I said, we've been through it before with the last fire that was up here. So
we've already evacuated the town a few years ago.
Another resident said that she's just thankful for the firefighters.
So any planes, water is all welcome by all of us. And all the neighborhood gals up Cleveland wish the firefighters all the love in the world and all the luck in the world. And we love you.
One resident told me that even with a background in fire, he doesn't know what's going to happen and that we all need to rely on the knowledge and expertise of the wildland firefighters who are on the scene.
Yeah.
I'll be truthful. I don't understand all of it. Okay. I don't think there's very many people that are here tonight even that understand all of it because it's a big puzzle and there's lots of pieces to it. And the stuff I understand helps, but it really helps to have the wildland firefighters and their knowledge.
Now, as we continue to track this fire, it's important that you're aware of your zone and what current evacuations have been ordered for your zone.
Now, before we get into more, I just want to point out, this isn't a complaint. I just find it weird.
Okay.
Seems odd that nobody they interviewed was, it looks like, under the age of 55.
Well, as a man who goes through Shady Cove actually quite a lot, Shady Cove is kind of a retirement village.
Okay.
Yes, there's, an elementary school there. Yes, the, middle school, like, sure. But whenever I have been in Shady Cove, like I've even gone to the Mexican restaurant there, which is actually pretty decent.
Okay.
I do see like a lot of older people there. So it doesn't surprise me at all to just see, 55 plus at these meetings.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
So what you're telling me is the elementary, middle, and maybe high school they're mostly for show.
No.
Sorry, I'm having fun.
It's just, it's kind of like a retirement, like fishing village. You got a lot of guides that go through there. The river goes through there. So whenever I've been there, you can go to the gas station, you can go to the restaurant. It always kind of seems like this, place where, okay, well, these are where all the olds are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, for more information, you can go to our website at kdrv.com to figure out what zone you're in if you do not already know, as well as to check these evacuation levels. Now, we will continue to follow this fire and keep you updated in real time as we learn more information. Reporting live in Shady Cove, I'm Robert Alietti.
Robert, thank you. For continuing 24/7 coverage of the East Evans Creek fire, download the Newswatch 12 app and visit kdrv.com. You'll find the latest information on evacuations, fire weather forecasts, road closures, and everything you need to stay informed throughout the East Evans Creek fire and the rest of fire season. You can also follow Newswatch 12 on Facebook and Instagram for updates as they happen. And new at 11, the Illinois Valley Fire District has received new turnout gear for all firefighters thanks to a federal grant. The district says funding from the FEMA Assistance to Firefighters Grant Program made it possible to purchase modern, complete gear through Curtis Tools for Heroes. Officials say the upgrade enhances safety and replaces aging equipment without
Does make
using
me
local
wonder
tax
when
dollars.
that grant was signed.
Yeah, right.
Thunderstorms have wrapped up. We will see skies clearing out as we head through the rest of tonight. In the red box here, we did get over 200 cloud-to-ground lightning strikes from the storms earlier today.
Damn it.
We have been tracking
that's more inland.
several new fire
I
starts. At this point, a lot of them very small up along the Cascades, also up into the Diamond Lake area. We'll keep you posted on those fires as well. Temperatures tonight, 76 degrees in Medford, 71 in Klamath Falls. It's 74 in Montague, in the 50s along
and that
the
was
coast.
at 11 o'clock
Smoke
at night.
from the East Evans Creek fire really bringing some poor air quality.
Okay, don't care about that. Sorry, a lot of these videos I had to try to go through with when I had a little bit of a time constraint.
Okay.
So,
yeah,
that was the last video.
Okay.
That we have.
Yeah.
Remember I said there were 3 articles?
Oh, yes, you did.
We've only gone through 1.
Okay.
So we're going to tie this off with 2 articles from the Daily Courier from July 16th. One is about the same length as the other one we went through.
Okay.
The other one's actually fairly short. So I do want to give a quick heads up before we get into this article.
Okay.
There's going to be an increase, obviously, in the acreage, I believe. And then there's an article that I read, but I did not include in here because it was after I put the video together. So keep in mind, as of Friday, the day before we're recording this, I believe that the acreage had gone up to about 13,000.
Fuck. Yeah. Okay.
East Evans Creek Fire at 11,551 acres by Chrissy Ewald of the Daily Courier. I said her name right that time.
You did.
The East Evans Creek Fire grew to 11,551 acres and was 5% contained by the morning, with a significant spot fire burning only a few miles west of Shady Cove, marked as a top priority for today, according to the fire managers. The fire grew from 7,843 acres on Wednesday morning, an increase of 3,708 acres.
Damn it.
Yep. The areas covered by the Level 3 Go Now evacuation notices are substantially larger than they were 24 hours ago. As of this morning, areas on the northeast edge of the main fire and the wide area surrounding the 2 large spot fires to the east were under Go Now notices, including the community of Trail and the areas west of Shady Cove. The western outskirts of Shady Cove were under a Level 2 Be-Set notice as of this morning, with the rest of the town under a Level 1 Be Ready alert. Highway 227 from Highway 62 to Taylor Road and the north side of Highway 62 from Old Trail Creek Road to the area between River Heights Road and Lodge Road were under Level 3 Go Now evacuation notices as of this morning. The Jackson County Sheriff's Office said Wednesday night that deputies were going door to door giving notifications to evacuate. For current information on evacuation levels or to find your evacuation zone, visit tinyurl.com/East Evans Creek Fire evac map. A spot fire to the east of the main fire is already a few miles from Shady Cove, said Kyle Gibbons, Operations Section Chief for the Wildland Firefighting with the Oregon Department of Forestry. We'll have crews in there today, he said. This is the priority for the fire today. Mark Corliss, Operations Sections Chief for the Structural Firefighting with the Oregon State Fire Marshal, said more structural firefighting resources are coming to Shady Cove to make sure homes are prepared if the fire comes that way. Corliss said firefighters are working on a plan with our counterparts on the wildland side to make sure that if it does come down into town and to some of those communities, that we are prepared to fight that fire and to try to save as many of those structures as we can. We have multiple resources coming in to help us with that. He said there are also structural firefighting resources in Western Trail and in the main fire area. Gibbons said swirling winds on the southwestern area of the fire caused a spot fire near the base of Hull Mountain. He said firefighters were working there this morning. The fire has been active on the northwestern side, and firefighters are trying to keep the fire within control lines, Gibbons said. He said the northern side of the fire has been active, but firefighters have been able to put out spot fires. The largest of the spot fires, which is in the Board Mountain area, is about half the size of the main fire area. Gibbons said there are bulldozer lines around the majority of the north end of the spot fire, and crews are working to get it contained. So something that I just thought of, and this is not like a critique to any of this, it's just a curiosity.
Yeah.
So we have a spot fire that is now about half the size of the main fire. But the crews have been doing a good job putting out most of the spot fires.
Okay.
This one's like getting a little bit nuts.
Yeah.
When we're talking about the total acreage, are we including the spot fire?
Ooh.
I assume we are.
I would assume so. But I don't know.
So, yeah, because that just makes me wonder. Again, I do assume we are, but if we're not, what's the total acreage? Because that would make that number, I mean, the number is scary enough as it is. That would make that a much scarier number. This morning, the ODF said weather is expected to be cooler, more humid, and less windy, which is favorable for firefighters. But high temperatures and more wind are expected to return Friday.
Sure are.
An evacuation shelter for people and pets has been moved from Gold Hill to Eagle Point Middle School, 477 Reese Creek Road. Horses can be taken to the Jackson County Expo at 21 Panger Road, Central Point. Expo staff and volunteers are prepared to receive horses. However, please call 541-776-7206 first to confirm space is available. I couldn't imagine moving all that shit. As additional shelter locations may be activated.
15 classic cars.
Feed, water containers, and any necessary medications.
What are they doing out there?
I'm going to assume that they might not all be in running shape.
Forestry
and fire protection personnel have been deployed to Oregon to fight the East Evans Creek fire under a mutual aid compact between Western states. The fire started on July 10 after a vehicle crashed into a power pole, sparking dry vegetation in the area.
Yeah.
In a 5-mile radius around the fire,
least it wasn't some smoker.
the Federal Aviation Administration temporary flight restriction for aircraft not fighting the fire is in place 24 hours a day until further notice. Flying a drone near or
fly
around
your
a
drones.
wildfire
God
is
damn
illegal
it.
and compromises the safety of both pilots and firefighters.
Fly your drones
and
other
interferes
places.
with the firefighting efforts, ODF said. Land around the fire administered by the Bureau of Land Management is closed to the public. More information about the closure, including a map, is available online at blm.gov/orwafire. For air quality information and smoke forecasts, visit fire.airnow.gov.
Okay.
So we got one more article to go through, but again, growth.
Yeah.
Lots of growth.
Lots of growth.
The fire is doing what rich people want the stock market to do.
Jesus Christ.
So.
Fuck. And it's middle of July.
Yeah, no, we still got August, September, technically October, a good portion of that.
And look, I just want everybody to know climate change has nothing to do with it. Yeah, fuck off.
Yeah, that's fair. That's absolutely fair. So, okay, we got one more article to go through. This one's fairly short by comparison.
Okay.
Fire danger level rising to extreme.
Extreme.
By Vicky Aldis of the Daily Courier. The fire danger level is increasing to extreme on Friday in Josephine and Jackson counties due to critically dry vegetation, hot weather, and increasingly active fire behavior, the Oregon Department of Forestry announced. more stringent regulations go into effect Friday that affect 1.8 million acres of land protected by the ODF Southwest Oregon District in the 2 counties. Many individual cities, including Grants Pass, are also increasing the fire danger level within their borders to extreme on Friday.
Meanwhile, a barn burnt down in my
Continued
neighborhood.
hot weather, critically dry fuels, and the potential for thunderstorms this week, any new wildfire has the potential to spread quickly, making it critical for everyone to do their part to prevent new fire starts, said ODF, which is already battling the East Evans Creek fire that has burned thousands of acres west of Shady Cove. The primary difference between current fire prevention restrictions and those beginning on Friday affects the public use of power-driven equipment, such as chainsaws, mowers, and weed whackers.
Yep.
The use of power-driven equipment, grinding or cutting of metal, and other
You would think we would learn.
such as wood splitters
You
and
would think
generators
people would learn.
prohibited in areas of flammable vegetation.
Could you just do that in your fucking shop? I don't know.
Mowing of green, watered lawns, and the growing and harvesting of agricultural crops is allowed. Other activities already banned this fire season within most cities and on ODF-protected land include debris burning, even if in piles or burn barrels, campfires except in the designated locations, and smoking while traveling except in vehicles on improved roads or in boats on the water.
I'm a little concerned with vehicles and on improved roads too, to be honest.
Are restricted to improved roads free of flammable vegetation except for the growing and harvesting of agricultural crops. The industrial fire precaution level remains at level 2, ODF said.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's the last of it.
Okay.
So to recap.
Yes.
If you're not watering your lawn regularly, don't mow your fucking lawn.
Yep.
Because that's dry vegetation.
Yeah.
Which is also going to be fun because I need to mow my lawn and I don't water it regularly. I don't water it at all.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to have to head over and pick up something for my electric weed whacker. And then I'm going to be breaking my back with a weed whacker later today.
Yeah.
But, so yeah, just, how do I phrase this? Don't do dumb shit.
Yeah. Yeah, no, there is a barn that fucking burnt down. I was leaving work on Friday, as these articles are probably being written or put out. I'm leaving work and I look over to where my general area of my neighborhood is, and I see like this, black smoke plume, and I'm just like, God damn it. What the fuck? So then I get onto the parkway and I'm going over, the bridge there, and I'm look over. I have a clear view, and I'm like, yeah, that looks to be kind of about where I am. All right. So I get home, and there doesn't seem to be a fire near the house. So I'm like, all right, well, so then I start, scouring Facebook and everything. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? By the by, Watch Duty was fucking on vacation or something because I didn't get a goddamn thing.
Yay.
Anyway, so then I finally come across like a rural metro fire department, and it's like, oh yeah, no, we're over here on Fruitdale. Yeah, there's a barn burning down. Don't worry though, we've got like 5 engines on it. And I'm like, fuck, thank God. But yeah, and that's why I sit here and I'm just like, have we not fucking learned? Come on, this fucking shit happens every year. Like, we're sick of it. And so if we're sick of it, like, I think we as a community should maybe know better. Or if you know somebody that's doing something, or you see them, and just go over there and don't harass them or anything, but just go over there and be like, hey, buddy, I see that you're fucking grinding metal in your front yard, or, you're like weed whacking shit, and whatever, what have you. Mention it to somebody, because God, if somebody makes a spark and that gets out of control, like everybody's fucking fucked right now.
Oh yeah, no, it's it will be fun. And by the way, when we're talking like weed whackers and stuff, we're talking about like the gas powered ones, the ones that like generate heat.
Right. Yeah.
I don't have a gas powered weed whacker. Mine's electric, and it's a plug-in. So yeah, I also am going to have the hose right there.
That's right.
Ready to go just in case, because I'm a paranoid little shit.
Me too.
So, Mr. Morgan.
Yes, sir.
Is there anything else you would like to touch on as we close out this week's episode?
Well, I mean, I think I kind of just said it. Just, be vigilant. Watch what you're doing. If you see other people doing stuff that maybe they shouldn't, again, like, don't go over there and beat them over the head. Although if they start a fire, maybe beat them over the head. But be vigilant, watch over your neighbors, and, not in any weird way, but, just keep an eye out. And, let's try to get through the rest of this summer without any major incident.
All right. That was eerily specific leading up to that point, but I can go with it. Well, thank you very much for listening to our podcast. If you have any suggestions or ideas, please be sure to email them to montlickersocialists@gmail.com. You can also check us out on Facebook and YouTube. If you want to support the show, please join our Patreon. You can get all the standard episodes without a paid subscription. We have made a minor change as we are trying to figure out our Patreon. Right. And now all paid tiers will get early access to our episodes as soon as they are published.
If you give us even the lowest amount, guess what? You get the episode early.
I know who you are. I know who a lot of these people are. They don't even know me. I'd be embarrassed if I were you. The misinformation machine is rapid. It puzzles me.
Come with me if you want to live.